Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into what might be the most pivotal episode yet of the TGL series, Player. We're talking about episode 5, and trust me, if you thought you knew where this was going, this episode completely flips the script. Based on the flood of fan reactions and some juicy details, this is where the game between Pun and Ploy gets real. And hey, a quick note. I noticed that 98% of you watching aren't subscribed. If you love this kind of deep dive content, hitting that subscribe button is the best way to support the channel, and make sure you don't miss future analyses. It's free, and it helps a ton. So, let's set the scene. We started this series with Pun on a mission. After being betrayed and left penniless in America by a man named Pethai, she returns to Thailand with a vengeance. Her plan? Get close to Pethai's sister, Ploy, and use her to get information, and maybe even some payback. Pun is the ultimate player, orchestrating every move, every glance, every touch to manipulate Ploy. But as the saying goes, be careful what you play with, because you just might catch feelings. The central conflict has always been this. The more Pun tries to deceive Ploy, the more she finds herself genuinely falling for her. And that brings us to episode 5. This is the episode where everything changes. Up until now, Ploy has been this confident, sharp, and somewhat untouchable figure. We know she's not a simple target, and she has her own defenses up. But fans who have seen this episode are all saying the same thing. We finally get to see the real Ploy. We see her vulnerable side, and her backstory is apparently far more heartbreaking than any of us could have imagined. This isn't just a small crack in her armor. It's like the walls are starting to crumble, revealing the person she's been hiding underneath. What makes this so powerful is how it affects Pun. As Ploy opens up, we see a shift in Pun as well. That cold, calculated manipulator starts to fade, and in her place, we see a softer, more mature, and more genuine side of her. She's no longer just playing a game. She's listening, she's caring, and she's clearly being affected by Ploy's pain. This is the core tension of the episode. Pun went in looking for secrets about Pethai, but she's uncovering the secrets of Ploy's heart instead, and it's changing her in the process. Let's talk about the uncut version available on Iki, because fans watching it have pointed out that it gives us even more of Ploy's point of view. This is crucial. It's not just about seeing her get emotional, it's about understanding why. The series is adapted from a novel, and often these uncut scenes contain the deeper emotional context that really fleshes out the characters. So if you've only seen the TV version, you might be missing key moments that explain Ploy's guarded nature. It's these extra scenes that show us her internal struggles, making her eventual vulnerability feel earned and incredibly impactful. Now, let's break down what likely happens in the second part of episode 5. Based on all this buzz, we're at a delicate moment. Pun, who has been pulling all the strings, starts to let her guard down. She's probably gently probing, trying to understand Ploy beyond the surface level game. This is where we get those glimpses of Ploy's past. Maybe it's a confession about her family, a traumatic event, or a memory that explains why she keeps everyone at arm's length. This revelation completely disarms Pun. She thought she had Ploy figured out, that she was just another piece in her puzzle. But now, she's confronted with a real, wounded person, and the game she was playing suddenly feels cheap and cruel. This emotional breakthrough likely leads to a moment of intense intimacy, probably the kiss that everyone has been talking about. But this kiss isn't like the others. It's not a strategic move or a shallow act of seduction. It's loaded with real emotional stakes. Fan discussions mention Ploy's hesitation, suggesting it's tied directly to her past trauma. Her reluctance isn't a rejection of Pun, but a fear of letting someone in, a fear rooted in her history. For Pun, this moment is a gut check. She's no longer in control of the narrative. Her own feelings are bubbling to the surface, and she's hit with a wave of guilt. Is she still playing a game, or has her heart completely taken over? This dynamic shift is the core of episode 5. The power balance is changing. Pun started with all the power, the manipulator pulling the strings. But as Ploy reveals her vulnerability, Pun becomes vulnerable too. She's losing control of the situation and, more importantly, of her own heart. The theme of deception versus authenticity is at its peak. Can you really fake it until you make it when it comes to love? Pun is learning the hard way that you can't. The lines have blurred, and what started as a mission for revenge is transforming into a genuine, complicated, and messy love story. By the end of the episode, Pun and Ploy are emotionally closer than ever before. but their relationship is also more precarious. Ploy has taken a huge risk by opening up, and Pun is wrestling with the truth of her own feelings and the lies she has built their connection on. The game isn't over, but it's changed. It's no longer about Pethai, it's about them. It is about whether Pun can find a path to redemption and earn Ploy's trust for real, and whether Ploy can overcome her past and allow herself to be loved. The episode leaves us with this beautiful, tense mix of hope and uncertainty. They are no longer just players. They are two people who have to decide if they are brave enough to stop playing and start being honest with each other and with themselves. This episode really deepens the characters and raises the stakes for the entire series. Ploy's backstory becomes the key to everything, explaining her defenses and her fears. And the romance is no longer just a plot device. It's the emotional core of the story. It's a fantastic turning point, and I can't wait to see how they navigate this new, more honest, and much more dangerous territory. What did you all think of episode 5? Did Ploy's backstory hit you as hard as it did me? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. I love reading your theories and reactions. Thank you so much for watching and for diving into this analysis with me. If you enjoyed this video and want more content on Player and other series, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. It really helps us grow and continue making videos for you. We'll see you in the next one.